Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon, a backpack ban for Manatee County schools today as security and safety measures are beefing up following several threats and lockdowns this week. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us live now from Manatee High School with an update on this plan. Marla?
Just one school in Manatee County where students are not allowed to wear these after numerous amounts of threats and lockdowns in Manatee County following the deadly and horrific shooting in Parkland just on Valentine's Day. Parents received a robocall and an email to their email addresses from Manatee County School Board, and last night that email stated that all middle and high school students were not allowed to keep their backpacks here at school or even bring them to school today. The principal of Manatee High School tells me many kids who didn't get the memo were cooperative with putting their bags in a locked and secured storage room available to them, although many kids were on board with helping to keep their school safe. One student tells me she doesn't think leaving backpacks at home will solve the issue of threats throughout Manatee County.
All I have right now is a notebook and a pencil, and that's not all I need. Even with the threats and what happened, on Valentine's Day, things like this, like a backpack. Nicholas, he wasn't supposed to have a backpack on campus, but look what happened. So I don't really think that's going to be like a way to solve or a step forward to solve anything.
So far, it's not known if the no backpack policy will last longer than today. The school board of Manatee County has not released any information or statements to parents. So far, Principal Underhill here at Manatee High School has requested that his teachers use teaching methods that don't require many textbooks or tools to make the teaching process and the learning process a little bit easier for the students during this no backpack policy. Reporting live in Manatee County, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Marla, thank you. We have new details now as Governor Rick Scott announces his vision for a major action plan following the Stoneman Douglas shooting in Brevard County. Governor Scott says under a new $450 million plan, you will have to be 21 years old to purchase a firearm. There will be a complete ban of bump stocks, and he wants it to be mandatory for at least one trained law enforcement officer to be at every Florida school. The governor also outlined the plan for creating a violent threat restraining order program in the state.
This will allow a court to prohibit a violent or mentally ill person from purchasing or possessing a firearm or any other weapon.
Governor Scott says the order would require a family member or police officer to file credible evidence before someone can be added to the program. He also disagreed with proposals to arm teachers, saying let teachers focus on teaching. We're learning more today about the inactions of the school resource officer at Stoneman Douglas High School. Broward County sheriffs admit that his armed deputy stayed out of the building during the massacre. The sheriff says video shows 30-year veteran deputy Scott Peterson standing outside for 4 minutes while the shooter was killing students and staff inside. The sheriff says Peterson, who was the only armed security guard at the school at that moment, should have gone in.
What I saw was a deputy arrive at the west side of Building 12, take up a position, and he never went in.
What should he have done?
Went in, addressed the killer, killed the killer.
Peterson, who was first suspended without pay, has now resigned. The development comes as President Trump declares the way to stop school shootings is to arm teachers. The president suggests 20% of teachers, about 700,000 people, should be trained and armed. Another idea, raising the minimum legal age to buy rifles from 18 to 21. And a new normal will begin to take shape today as teachers show up at Stoneman Douglas High School. Teachers are allowed to collect their belongings from classrooms that have been off limits since the shooting. Classes are scheduled to resume on Tuesday. New at noon here on the Suncoast, a Sarasota man has been indicted for having more than 2 tons of explosives. Mark Levine is facing 3 counts of possessing explosives as a convicted felon, 2 counts of improper storage of explosive materials, and 1 count of possessing ammunition as a felon. This indictment says Levine had more than 4,300 pounds of quick match, an explosive fuse, and nearly 900 rounds of ammunition when law enforcement showed up to his home. Levine was reportedly storing them in a shed outside of his home and a nearby storage unit in the Pelican Cove neighborhood. We spoke with a neighbor who lives near Levine's home, and they say they can't believe what happened.
This is just yet another wake-up call, for us all, that we all have to be vigilant and just make sure we always watch out, because you never know.
If convicted, Levine could face 10 years in federal prison for each of the possession counts and up to 1 year for each improper storage count. A traffic stop turns into a high-speed chase, crash, and arrest in Sarasota County. Sheriff's deputies say they tried to pull over a car driven by 30-year-old Ryan Snyder near Cattleman Road and Colonial Oaks Boulevard. But they say Snyder took off before hitting a car at the intersection of Bay Vista and Arcadia Avenue. Deputies found drugs, a fake ID inside the car, which they later found out was stolen. Snyder has a lengthy record for burglary, battery, and grand theft. And don't forget, you can get updates on Suncoast school security and breaking news instantly to your phone by downloading our new app. Just go to your app store and search for the words WWSB or My Suncoast. Also get weather information on apps as well, or we can get it right now with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Absolutely.
On a Friday afternoon, pretty day outside.
Yeah, nice. A little more humid perhaps this afternoon, but all in all, I think it's going to be a great weekend, no doubt about that. I'm looking forward to it. We do have a slight little chance of an isolated shower or two this entire weekend, really. So factor that in, although the rain chance is really very small, and the kind of showers that we would get would be real quick passing showers, not a whole lot of rainfall associated with them. Lakewood Ranch webcam put into motion shows a few of those fair weather clouds beginning to build. They're coming up from a southeast with the southeast wind flow driving those clouds off to the northwest. I think some of them may contain a shower or two a little bit later in the day, especially as the sea breeze begins to develop. We might see some of that moisture lifting north kind of interact with that sea breeze to produce a scattered shower, similar to actually a summertime weather pattern. You can see some of those clouds kind of trying to work their way into the picture right now. Again, they're not going to be really thick clouds. They're not going to produce a lot of rain. I have a low confidence in only a 20% chance of showers today. So take that for what it's worth. There won't be a lot of showery activity around. 86 will go with the daytime high, which would tie a record. Once again, that'd be 5 days in a row of either breaking or tying a high temperature record. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Sarasota's Ed Smith Stadium, spring home of the Baltimore Orioles, winning top honors among spring training fans. USA Today using Review Trackers, a Chicago data firm, to conduct a study of the 23 stadiums used for spring training. It analyzed the comments in 36,000 online reviews, and it found that Ed Smith is the most liked venue for exhibition games. That includes stadiums here in Florida and in Arizona. Bradenton's Lecom Park, by the way, spring home of the Pirates, came in third place. And happening today at Smith Stadium is the site of the Orioles spring training opener in less than an hour from now against the Tampa Bay Rays. ABC7's Ray Collins joins us live from along the first base line with a preview of the game and the season. Hi, Ray.
Scott, that time of year, spring training baseball begins in less than an hour here at Ed Smith Stadium. Right now, the Rays are taking batting practice. The Orioles took practice earlier. Yeah, nice honor for the Ed Smith Stadium, built back in 1989. And along the way, the White Sox have played here, the Reds played here, and the Orioles came back here in 2010. And after that, the county and the Orioles chipped in $31 million to renovate this park, making it the favorite park, according to the data mining firm Review Trackers. We talked to the Orioles manager earlier this week, Buck Showalter, about playing here on the Suncoast. He loves playing here. They used to play in Fort Lauderdale, says he prefers it here. But we asked him, do you get any time to see the Suncoast besides this stadium?
No, I get up in the dark, I get home in the dark. I think there's some water around here somewhere, but no, I've come down during, when we play Tampa, I come over to excuse me, extended spring or Gulf Coast League, or we have instructional league here, and we have off-season program here. We have mini camp here, so I get to see a lot of it. I hear a lot about it. I'm usually here at the complex. It's a great place.
Now you're looking at a picture of the hat that both teams are wearing. in honor of the Broward County High School where the massacre was last week. So all the 28 Major League teams are wearing the hat in honor of the Broward County High School today. Whether or not they wear it during the game or just during warm-ups, it's up to the individual teams. So again, the game starts at 1:05 today. The Rays are in town. Kind of a short commute from Charlotte County. Kind of a bipartisan crowd today. You've got the home team, the Orioles, but lots of Rays fans are here as well. I also found out a few seconds ago, of course, the Rays are on a split squad right now. Half the team is back in Port Charlotte hosting the Pirates. Other half is here in Sarasota. This is the B team, and the A team is back in Port Charlotte. More on the game later today at 5 and 6 on ABC 7. For now, at Ed Smith Stadium, I'm Ray Collins. Scott, back to you in the studio.
Beautiful day for baseball, that's for sure. Thank you so much, Ray. Still to come in your Suncoast News, why a new study suggests childhood obesity is on the rise across the country. And later in the hour, tips on how to talk to your kids about the recent school shootings and gun control debate.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Each one of our journeys keeps us young. Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
We'll never get older. Each one Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
I just had a very educational ride with Nina.
Did you learn anything?
Where do I begin? So all this stuff goes into a safety check.
Yep.
It's a long list.
It's important stuff.
Test the smoke detector.
Yep.
Check the breaker box.
Yep.
Meter the GFCIs.
Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Well, I do that.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nina, you make it look easy.
Thanks, but don't do it yourself.
Who's your guy?
Sarasota Opera's 2018 Winter Opera Festival is here, featuring Puccini's Manon Lescaut, Bizet's Carmen, Bellini's Norma, and D'Albert's rarely heard Tieflant. For more information, go to sarasotaopera.org.
If you've never truly loved your car, you've clearly never owned a Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Now, lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Now, I think what you're asking about is the assault weapons ban.
Yes, sir.
So let me be honest with you about that one. If I believed that that law would have prevented this from happening, I would support it.
Students, parents, Florida residents speaking to lawmakers demanding change. Their voices heard. What will be done? I'm Alan Cohn. What, if anything, can be done? We discuss at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC 7 News app. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So temperatures are rising, 83 degrees here in Sarasota. 80 most everywhere, really, except for Longboat Key. It's still coming in at 77, and Inglewood coming in at 78. But it is going to be another warm day. Now, I tell you, I think that the daytime high for today is also in jeopardy. It's 86 degrees is our daytime high, and I think we're going to match that. I've gone with a temperature prediction that matches that, but I would not be a bit surprised if we broke it again, which would be pretty impressive. 4 out of 5 days that we have broken records, and 1 day that we tied the record. So that's a pretty unusual event, especially for February. 83 degrees current air temperature. Dew point has risen up to 66 now. We have a southeast wind coming in at about 11. All of that kind of teaming up together, the increase in surface humidity, the southeast wind flow, and the fact that the high pressure ridge is a little bit weaker today. That's going to allow for perhaps a little bit stronger sea breeze. In any event, temperatures are already about 2 degrees warmer than they were 24 hours ago. So we're on the road to that 86 degree air temperature by 3 p.m. Now, We do have a little chance at a shower today, about a 20% chance during the later afternoon, and then into the early evening we can reduce that down to about 10% until it vanishes. The reason for that is a couple of things. One, the high pressure ridge, which has been sitting over us as a dome of kind of sinking air that prevents clouds from rising and cooling, condensing, and producing rain, is weakening just a little bit. Also, the wind flow kind of slackening just a touch will allow for a sea breeze to form a little easier today and maybe penetrate a little further inland. If so, then some of those clouds could produce a little bit of a spot of rain. As we head into the evening hours, temperatures drop into the 70s. Should be a very nice evening, actually, with a mix of clear skies and fair weather clouds. You can see a few of those showers trying to work their way into the picture right now. We've had some earlier on kind of move through areas of Hardee and DeSoto County, but really light stuff. Right now, everything is very quiet out there, so it's good news. The southeasterly wind flow takes that moisture from the south, kind of lifts it up across the region, moves it out into the Atlantic, and by the evening hours, I think we're quiet. You know what? I think that same sort of a pattern will probably repeat itself again tomorrow. So watch for that. A northeast wind switching to the east during the overnight for you boaters, or a southeast wind, and a light chop with just 2-foot seas. Couple of tides. We have had a 7:37 high tide. The next high tide comes at 5:21 this evening. Forecast calls for 86 today, 85 tomorrow, 84 on Sunday. Slight chance of a shower each day. Then we start to cool it off in the week ahead. Looks nice, but it will be certainly on the warm side. A little bit cooler, but about 8 degrees above average, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. And Health Smart, parents know it, doctors know it as well. Kids who weigh more have more medical issues. ABC's Kenneth Moten has more on why childhood obesity is getting worse across the country.
Michelle Obama tried Let's Move and a White House garden full of vegetables. Doctors tried explaining that overweight kids tend to turn into overweight adults with oversized medical problems. But rates of childhood obesity continue to climb, according to a new study in pediatrics. Looking at children from 1999 to 2016, there's a significant increase in severe obesity among preschoolers. Blacks and Hispanics have the highest rates. White and Asian children lower. Excess weight contributes to risk for cancer, for heart disease, and for early death in general. But it's a public health issue that any parent can tackle, getting kids to move more and change their food choices. We all want children to have a future with the lowest risk of major illness possible, and it's time to put our healthier food where our mouth is. With this Medical Minute, I'm Kenneth Moten, ABC News.
Well, when it comes to paying for extra medical costs, your employer may offer what's called an FSA plan. ABC 7's Stephanie Webb joins us now with more on how they work. Stephanie?
That's right, Scott. It is a flexible spending account, and if you signed up for one last year, the clock is ticking. March 15th marks the end of the FSA grace period offered by many employers. Now, that means you have just a few more weeks left to spend any money that you may have remaining in that FSA, and if you don't use it, you might just lose it. Now, if you do have that money to spend, though, take a little time and do some research on the items that are eligible in a healthcare FSA. Sunscreen and first aid kits are eligible, but heart rate monitors and gym memberships are not. Smartphone-enabled wireless blood pressure monitors are eligible, but toothpaste and dental floss are not. Now, again, the deadline to use any of that money in your FSA is March 15th. Use it or lose it. Scott?
All right, Stephanie, thanks so much. Let's get a check now with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who joins us live today at Rodizio Grill on Fruitville Road in Sarasota. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Scott. And as they're walking around with these enormous skewers of beautifully marinated meats, I have to think of you and say, yep, Scott Dennis sure would love this place. This is just a really fun local restaurant that's here right by the interstate on Fruitville. Now, they serve lunch on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. They're open every night of the week. And we'll get to meet the general manager, and they'll share with us the different price structures, because you can come in here and just have the salad bar, or you could get the whole kit and caboodle, which is what I love. And you'll have basically unlimited amount of beautiful proteins that are being grilled up. in that true classic Brazilian style. The service is wonderful. They have a full bar. There's some creative cocktails, some delicious desserts you can order separately, and so many more. So stay with me throughout the hour. We're right here up on Fruitville at Rodizio Grill. We'll be back in just a few minutes to find out more.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Head over to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota, where you'll always get better prices and a bigger selection, like the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wrangler JLs in stock now. Or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $18,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Loaded with big laughs, colorful characters, and the songs that made the 20s roar, Bullets Over Broadway is bringing musical theater back with a bang. Your attendance is requested at the Players Center for this wild Broadway musical opening February 21st. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit the website at theplayers.org. This is one Broadway show that is sure to knock 'em dead.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, March 3rd. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
From small starts come some big things. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we'll meet a Suncoast cheerleading team that went from practicing in a home garage to placing in a national competition. You'll love these girls' spunk. The art scene is alive and thriving in Bradenton. We'll get a lesson in jewelry making from Art Center Manatee. Plus, Makeover Madness, and Oaken Stone joins us in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Time now to meet our pet of the week. John is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marsha Panucci, to tell us more about Mugsy.
Mugsy. And I got to tell you, look at his face. That is a mug, all right, on this face. Oh, what a sweet
Isn't
dog.
that precious?
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And
Marsha, what a great dog.
Look at one ear up, one ear down, which adds to that beautiful character and personality, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
You're looking at 9.5 pounds of absolute love, warmth, just wonderful. But you know, Mugsy is a special needs dog. Mugsy cannot hear anymore.
Mugsy says, there's nothing worth listening to anyway, right, baby? Oh,
He is 11 years old. I think he found a new daddy, John.
I'll tell you what, if there were space in our 5-dog house, I would take in a 6 because this is the sweetest little dog ever.
Now, you talk about a dog who loves to walk, loves to run and play. And as you know, the small dogs, John, as you know, at 11 years old, as far as I'm concerned, they've just got their life started.
Right.
Because they're going to live a much longer life than some of our larger breed dogs. And Mugsy loves to ride in the car and navigate wherever it is that you go, and would really very much like to be the only dog in the house. He can get along with others, but he's a little selective on who he wants to be with. And yes, you're having the time of your life right now.
Okay, how do we adopt this dog? Because they're going to be lined up.
Yes,
for this
they
one.
are. Well, of course, you have to fill out an application with Florida Poodle Rescue. You call them at 727-265-1766. And they will interview you. They will make a house visit, John, and that's very, very important.
Yeah, they make sure, and they're
Yes.
a great support team. I've adopted dogs from them, and they're great. Marcia, this is a beautiful dog.
We
Thank you
know
so
it.
much for
Thank
just
you.
making my Friday.
Thanks, Bugsy.
We'll be right back. Oh, go to Scott.
That's all right. Thanks, guys. Let's check in again with Judy, who joins us live today at Rodizio Grill. I hope I'm saying that right. And on Fruitville Road in Sarasota. I have to check out this place, Judy.
I think we're going to be having a lunch or dinner together, Scott, really soon. I know Scalzi will love it too. I am really thrilled because we have the general manager with us. And Marcello, tell us a little bit about what do people experience when they come in here?
Well, you know, the name already said it's a Rodizio Grill. It's a Brazilian steakhouse. We basically work with our meats during the rotation all over the restaurant. So we have two menu options, would be the full Rodizio or the salad bar only. For the full Rodizio, you're looking to have the full experience, and this costs you $36.99.
Is that lunch or dinner?
That's for dinner price. And then for the lunch price, we open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and it will be $25.99 per person.
For including the grill.
Including the
that,
grill.
you know, when you think about that, that can be your main meal of the day, and there's so much to enjoy. Now, you have a full bar, I see. Tell us a little bit about
We do have a full bar. We offer many different Brazilian wines in bottles or in glass. And we also have a Brazilian special cocktails. We have one that you can see on our table over here. That's called the Caipirinha. And then the Sangria is one of the most popular drinks in Brazil. We use cachaça, and all the products come from Brazil. So it's made really special.
And it's really authentic. Now, we have just a small sampling of what comes out of your salad bar.
Yes, this is just a small portion. We have anything between 35 to 49 items at the salad bar daily, and we try to be fresh. So we try to put new salads every day at the salad bar. So that makes really special. Guests didn't come over here today, might come tomorrow and see something different. So we try to bring the amazing experience on the table and fresh product on the table also.
And I think you really do, and I love that you have the various rooms so you can have larger parties and things like that. And wait a minute, do I detect a gaucho coming by? Oh, so yeah, so tell me about what that particular piece is. We're going to get into a lot of the food in the next segment, but tell me.
So this one over here is the most famous meat we have, is the picanha top sirloin. It's a really tender meat, and that's for sure one of the meats that everyone come and look around. You want to cut a slice to us? And as you can see, it's a nice piece of fat on the side. It's gonna come in, and then you can pick the temperature you like. We try to, you know, do everything possible to meet your needs. So
I'm a medium rare girl.
Medium rare. We definitely have many items on medium rare side.
That's perfect. Now stay with us. You're going to get to meet a lot of the gauchos because we have a lot of food coming for the next segment, and I think you're going to enjoy it as much as I will.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today, and named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured in a car accident, the state of Florida only gives you a specific amount of time to file a claim. So act now, give us a call.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love, love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
If you've never truly loved your car, you've clearly never owned a Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease the all-new 2018 Subaru Impreza for just $195 a month for 42 months with zero due at signing. That's right, not one penny. Get more for your money during the Subaru True Love event at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Here's today's Job of the Day. ABC7 is seeking a multimedia local sales manager. Strong new business, digital, and OTT background required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Coming up, as teachers return to Stoneman Douglas High School, what President Trump is saying about the school's resource officer. Plus, with guns in schools being talked about a lot lately, what should parents say to their children? And how a Sarasota police officer saved a woman from an overnight house fire.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Our top story this half hour, as the nation grapples with how to move forward from last week's school shooting. New details now emerge about an armed deputy who was on campus during the shooting, yet failed to act. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest as President Trump now weighs in.
For the first time, teachers are returning to Stoneman Douglas High School, and first responders are sharing heartbreaking moments from last week's school shooting, many barely able to describe what they saw.
My wife's a teacher there. She's assistant athletic director.
Now, new details from that day are raising red flags. This shocking admission from the sheriff's office. When the shooting broke out, an armed student resource officer was on campus in uniform. The sheriff says the deputy arrived as the shooting was occurring and stood outside for 4 minutes.
What I saw was a deputy arrive at the west side of Building 12, take up a position, and he never went in.
When it came time to get in there and do something, he didn't have the courage or something happened, but he certainly did a poor job. There's no question about that.
The president bashing the deputy this morning, but also doubling down on his call to arm trained teachers in schools.
Schools have to have some form of protection. Gun-free is an invitation for these crazy people to just come in and shoot.
The teachers themselves remain mixed.
That would just be way over the top. This is not, Stoneman Prison. This is a high school.
If I can carry a gun in school and protect anyone in my classroom, then I will.
The students will be able to go back to their high school on Sunday for an orientation with their families and start up a modified class schedule on Tuesday with extra counselors and law enforcement on hand. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
In the midst of all this talk about guns in schools, what should parents say to their children? A local doctor with a specialty in child psychology says deciphering which threats are credible, the next best step is to talk to students. He says adults are wrong to think they're protecting children by avoiding the topic. And a good way to start the conversation is by expressing your own fears and emotions.
If your child is really not concerned about this and you bring it up, all they'll do, they just ignore you.
they'll go about their way, and to drop it. But if they are concerned about it, they'll tell you immediately the moment you open the door. So the worst a parent could do is be silent.
Many Suncoast schools also have mentorship programs to help answer these tough questions students may have. And in the wake of the Parkland school shooting, Miami hockey and basketball pro teams will show their support for the victims. Players on the NHL's Florida Panthers wearing Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School patches on their uniforms. The Panthers playing last night at home in Broward County for the first time since the shooting. For many of the team, the school shooting hit very close to home.
It's our first chance to sort of see the reality of it all. I mean, obviously when you hear that kind of news on the road and you see from a distance what everybody's dealing with in the community, and you follow it as best as you can, but until you get home and see it up close, obviously it's going to be an emotional night.
The Panthers are selling the patch and will donate the proceeds to the Parkland Victims Fund. The NBA's Miami Heat also plan to wear the school patch for the rest of the season. As the debate over gun laws heats up nationwide, more than 200 people were out along Sarasota's Bayfront last night making their voices heard. The Sarasota chapter of the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence has been protesting every Thursday, but last night the group was especially large.
These are people who are passionate about gun violence prevention. We're not looking to take everybody's guns away and all of the scary things that you hear. We're looking to make the world safer, and certainly for our children.
Sarasota chapter of the Brady Campaign has been pushing for change to gun control legislation for the last 6 years. We're learning new details about an overnight house fire in Sarasota. A police officer now being hailed as a hero for saving a woman's life. Police say Officer Bjork was on patrol this morning when he smelled smoke. He then saw flames at a home on Goldenrod Street near the US 301 and 41 split. The officer checked the home, woke up the woman inside, and made sure she got out safely. Firefighters were on the scene in less than 5 minutes, and crews say thanks to that officer, there were no injuries. Right place at the right time for both the woman and the officer last night.
Hero there.
Yeah.
We have some very pleasant weather outside right now. A little bit of cloud cover, but again, like yesterday, some very mild temperatures. A little bit of sunshine. A little bit of higher relative humidity. We're up in the upper 60s now. This morning we were in the low 60s to mid 60s, so a little bit of a change thanks to a subtly change in direction to the winds. We have not much in the way of large-scale rain chance today, and even the rains that we would get would be pretty minuscule, but we can't rule them out completely, so we'll put in a 20% chance, mostly when the sea breeze gets started later this afternoon, and that will be one of the trigger mechanisms that could produce a little bit of rainfall from some of the cloud that's moving in right now. You can see some of that cloud coming up from the south. That's the direction of travel of those clouds. So for today, we'll call for a daytime high of about 86. If we hit that, we will have tied a record for today. We could very easily exceed that the 86-degree temperature that I'm forecasting there. We could exceed it by a degree or two, in which case this would be the 4th out of 5 days where we have exceeded the daytime temperature high. The other day we tied it, so very warm conditions continue, I think. As we head into the evening hours, our rain chances diminish pretty quickly, and we go into the 70s for the evening period. Should be a beautiful evening, Scott.
Sounds good. Thank you, John. The project to add roundabouts along US 41 in Sarasota well underway, and you can find out more about those projects at an upcoming meeting. The Florida Department of Transportation will hold a public meeting on the roundabouts at 41 and 10th Street and 41 and 14th Street on March 1st at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. The department representatives will be there to answer any questions. Construction expected to be complete by the spring of 2020. Sarasota Memorial Hospital is removing a transformer vault and building a parking garage. This is all on the west side of its campus. The hospital tweeting out this video showing part of the demolition project. The garage will be 4 levels with nearly 600 spaces when it opens. Construction is scheduled to be finished by December. Sarasota County wants to help spruce up some neighborhoods. The county opening up its neighborhood grant program once again. Applicants must attend a 2-hour seminar to be eligible for the program, which awards up to $10,000 in matching funds to a single neighborhood. For more information on the program, you can visit our website, mysuncoast.com. Just look for this story. State lawmakers continue to debate vacation rentals, a House panel passing a bill that would restrict local governments from regulating rentals. Supporters say the issue boils down to property rights and allowing people to do what they want with their homes. Opponents say the move could cause more vacationers to be in residential neighborhoods, as well as increased competition for hotels.
We have to make sure we get this right. We are the #1 state in the nation for tourism. This drives right at the heart of our economy.
The bill would also make it more difficult for sexual offenders to rent from businesses like Airbnb. The bill now goes to the next step from a House panel to a House committee. A follow-up now on a story for pet owners. 2 parks in the city of Sarasota are getting a little pet-friendly upgrade. The city of Sarasota plans to add pet areas to Whitaker and Gillespie parks. The changes at Gillespie will start in about 2 weeks. No date has been set yet for Whitaker. Right now, people can take their dogs to the parks, but with these new designations, the parks will have fenced-in areas for those animals. A Suncoast Airport wants to make it easier for you to board planes. A TSA PreCheck mobile RV will be coming to the Punta Gorda Airport in a few weeks. Passengers who sign up for the program can move through security lines a lot faster. You won't have to take off your shoes or remove liquids from luggage. The application fee is $85, and the RV will be in Punta Gorda March 5th through the 16th. And you can enjoy thousands of handcrafted creations at the 24th Annual Siesta Key Craft Festival this weekend. The outdoor event is free all weekend long from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Let's get back to Judy again, who's enjoying lunch today at Rodizio Grill on Fruitville Road in Sarasota. Judy?
Thank you. Well, all I have to say is take it away. Let me know what we have at the table. I'm pretty excited.
All right, so on this side over here we have our great grilled glazed pineapple. It's one of the famous cut over here. People come and they love this. Can you just slice a piece to us? It's a really tender and sweet piece that goes really well with our hand and we serve also. Yes, on one more, please.
And while he's slicing the pineapple, let's start slicing the steak. And this was the top sirloin,
So now this one it will be the beef center cut.
Oh, nice.
We call it in Portuguese miolo da paleta. It's a really nice tender meat also, and it's cut at each temperature people will want. And
I'm a medium rare girl, okay?
You got to use your metal tongs to help him out and get the piece.
That's right. I have to work, sing for my supper. Now, while you're slicing me this, tell us about what's going on over here.
Looks like over here we have the picanha again, top sirloin. Again, is the most famous cut in the house, so they keep bringing that cut as many times as we need to bring on the floor, so we keep everyone tender. Yes. Please.
Now, these are especially designed for lunch service. That looks amazing. And your sausages. Tell us about this.
That one is the Brazilian pork sausage. All our products, again, we try to bring in most of the culture inside of the restaurant. So this one is a Brazilian pork sausage. It's delicious.
Yeah. Go right ahead and slice it. I am in paleo heaven. Now over here.
All right, so it looks like we have the chicken wrapped bacon, okay, and the pork parmesan. We marinate our pork with a blend of peppers and white wine. Again, all our meats and most of the items in the restaurant are 95% gluten-free. So
fantastic to know. And with the salad bar and those delicious cheesy breads that are gluten-free, what's over here?
It's another chicken that we call the chicken marinated. It's marinated with mustard, onions, and a little bit of white wine also. Again, another gluten-free item on our menu.
This is coming, okay?
It's not stopping, right?
Coming.
So over here we have the sweet spice chicken. It's made with a hot sauce, and they have some honey and sugar inside of the glaze. We cook the chicken, and then after the chicken is already cooked, we start to put these layers of sauce on top.
Come right around, sir. Judy needs some of that too. Now again, this is unlimited, so I can sit here for an hour and a half and just keep saying, Paulo, come, right? But they do. Tell us about, I like the stop and go.
All right, so this one over here is basically how we direct our meat carvers, okay, the gauchos. So we use green for, they come to your table, present the meats, cut as many pieces you want. When you turn it red, as you can see, gauchos will gonna go away.
Don't turn it red yet. No? We're going on dessert in a minute, but we're gonna finish up here. Keep coming. I'm liking this. We're out of time, but we're gonna keep it on red so we can get dessert out on the table. I'll be back in a few. Wow, what a value.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
So Matt told me to meet him at 7 a.m. sharp right here. It is now 7:01 a.m. You think Matt would leave without me? Hey, is Matt here?
Long gone.
Long gone.
Just missed him.
Just missed him.
All done.
Mr. Sparky guarantees they're on time and the repair is free, so chop chop.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Matt, you started without me.
I finished without you, too.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Head over to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota, where you'll always get better prices and a bigger selection. Like the area's largest selection of 7-passenger vehicles. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $25,999. Or load up the family in your new Dodge Grand Caravan for just $20,999. Drive away in a new Dodge Journey for as little as $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Now, your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So if you're looking for something to do with the family, might I recommend an event happening at the Celery Fields this weekend, Saturday night from 7 to 10 o'clock. This beautiful photo of the recent super blue full moon was sent in by James Mack, who is a member of the Deep Sky Observers, which is a local astronomy club composed of many amateur astronomers. And they're holding a sidewalk astronomy event at the Celery Fields from 7 p.m., when it will be about 75 degrees and partly cloudy skies, and the slightest little chance of a passing patch of drizzle, but I wouldn't worry about that. I don't even think that's really going to happen. 72, the temperature at the close of the event, about 10 p.m. There will be numerous, very nice telescopes set up out there for the public to get a glimpse at some of the celestial objects in the sky. Should be a very fun night for everyone. So come on out at the Celery Fields on Saturday night. Get an amazing view of the sky. 71 degrees in Mayaca City, 71 in Arcadia, 76 degrees Longboat Key, 81 degrees Lakewood Ranch, 83 degrees Sarasota, and 80 degrees in Venice. Current conditions outside, we have a rising dew point value now at 66, southeast wind blowing at about 11. We have an 83-degree air temperature with a few fair weather clouds out there, and I think as we head into the afternoon, we'll see those temperatures rise up to possibly record-breaking values once again. We're about 2 degrees warmer in Sarasota than we were 24 hours ago, and certainly on our way to about 86 degrees. As we head into the evening hours, 75 or so by about 7 p.m., and then overnight tonight, you'll wake up tomorrow morning with about a 65-degree temperature. Few areas of patchy drizzle down to the south. We've had a few very minor passing showers in Hardee and DeSoto County, and they were brief. I mean, 15-minute showers, and they were gone, that kind of thing. And they weren't even, more like drizzle than anything else. I think we'll probably see a few of those move past today. I think this computer model actually even overdoes the number of rain showers that we might get. I really just don't expect a whole lot. East wind blows a little bit lighter over the weekend, allowing for a little bit stronger sea breeze. Forecast looks like this: an east wind shifting to the north, back to the east during the overnight at about 10 knots. And for today, 86 degrees should just about do it. 85 tomorrow, 84 on Sunday. Each of these days will have about a 20% chance of an isolated, mostly inland shower not a big deal. And then as we head into next work week, we'll be looking at temperatures falling into the lower 80s, still significantly above the average. If that forecast holds true, we'll have the warmest February on record. Scott?
Yeah, it's felt like it. Thank you so much, John. In consumer news, Japanese airbag maker Takata has reached a $650 million deal to settle consumer protection claims. Those claims are from 44 states and Washington, D.C., but only a fraction of the money will be paid due to Takata's bankruptcy. However, the states said they will not collect the settlement so that victims of the faulty airbag inflators can get a bigger piece of the company's remaining money. Plus, a report by the Wall Street Journal says Toys R Us is closing another 200 stores and cutting staff at its headquarters. The report has triggered a new round of social media posts about the demise of Toys R Us. Bad news for the toy retailer, which has been struggling to convince customers it has a future. There's still no word if Toys R Us in Bradenton, the remaining store in the area, will be part of those closures. Google is facing a lawsuit from another former employee over issues of diversity. A transgender software developer says he was fired after speaking up about online bullying he experienced at the company and complaining about discrimination, harassment, and white supremacy on Google's internal message system. This comes after several former employees sued Google last year, making similar discrimination claims. Subway is changing its loyalty program. Subway will now give customers the ability to earn $2 discounts rather than free foot-long sandwiches. The changes come as the sandwich chain looks to revamp its image and attract more customers to its restaurants as it struggles with falling sales. Customers who spend $50 will earn $2 discount, which can then be used on any menu item. Still to come in your Suncoast News, how one high school went above and beyond to bring words of encouragement to every single student. The story when we come back.
It's time to take a road trip.
Burn rubber for Birmingham, where you can feed your need for speed at Barber Motorsports Park and Museum. Now this gets my motor running. Meet Iron Men. Hey there, big guy. And make a date with your 9-iron. Feed the animals at the zoo and the birds. Then enjoy the award-winning restaurant scene. Alabama has a road trip with your name on it.
Which one you gonna take?
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership, both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, These doors transform. They did for us. Support your local boys and girls clubs. Great futures start here.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Welcome back. A quick explanation of dessert, which is a la carte.
Yes, dessert time. So we have over here the pudim de leite caramel flan. The second option over there will be the torta chocolate. It's a 3-layer chocolate cake covered with warm chocolate sauce, served with bananas, ice cream, whipped cream. And then we have the habanado, one of the favorites in the house. It's a pastry cinnamon with a cream inside, served with ice cream. It's delicious, and in my opinion, is one of the best desserts we have in-house.
You have something with cinnamon sugar on it and cream in the middle, and I'm in. It's been a delicious experience at Rodizio Grill. I hope you call and make your reservations. Come in for lunch, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and dinner every night of the week. Have a tasteful weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Judy. Finally today, a high school in Indiana has found a way to give every student a message of encouragement. 2 weeks ago, the school's counseling department challenged students to come up with random acts of kindness. So one class took the challenge and ran with it, deciding to place positive messages on student lockers, all 5,000 of them. The students loved them so much that many decided to keep those messages up. I like that story. That's awesome.
I do too.
Yep.
That helps to remind yourself every day of
Absolutely.
something positive and good
Yeah.
in life. There's so many negative messages out there.
Yeah, you're right. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I'll see you again at 5.
I just had a very educational ride with Nina.
Did you learn anything?
Where do I begin? So all this stuff goes into a safety check.
Yep.
It's a long list.
It's important stuff.
Test the smoke detector.
Yep.
Check the breaker box.
Yep.
Meter the GFCIs.
Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Well, I knew that.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nina, you make it look easy.
Thanks, but don't do it yourself.
Who's your guy?
Thousands of award-winning Honda Civics are on sale for $169 a month during the Honda President's Day sales event. You made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. Drive one today for just $169 a month, or save thousands on your Civic with 0.9% financing. Civic, a KBB.com best buy for less than the competition. Only $169 a month or 0.9% this week at your local Honda dealer.
Honda,